This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com with none other than former TNA Impact Wrestling star and Goldilocks band lead singer. Also appeared on numerous television shows such as Extreme Cheapskates. And I don't know what, I guess I'll find out today. You had something big in the works last time I talked to
You
you,
know what
but
I
here
was
she
just
is, Goldilocks.
yeah, I was just gonna ask you. I found out something 2 nights ago, and, when is your show live? Because if there's any way the day that that is coming out, which is pretty soon, I would love to jump back on here for 5 minutes if you'd allow me to.
Sure. Yeah. Just message me. I'm always up for that. And I'll give your show a plug now. I just did a show with her, and because this is the month where it's National Hepatitis Day, of
Mm.
course,
Yes.
I'm very public about it. I was on actually the same magazine about being cured from the disease as Pamela Anderson was on. So I
Oh,
could
whoa.
actually say I was on the
Woo!
same cover of a magazine as Pamela Anderson, who's actually cured as well. Many people don't know that there's a cure, but there's actually really good cures now where you can be cured in a month or two, not like 36 weeks that I went through. So thank you for helping bring awareness to that. As I see you have the virus in your background.
Yeah, I do. I've been trying to make the backgrounds for Goldie's Closet appropriate to the show that we're having. And, we went into a little bit more of your story than I had even planned to today and went over our time, which you so graciously gave. This will air in a couple of weeks. National Hepatitis Day, I believe, is the 28th. And I think the show comes out on the 27th or vice versa. It'll be that Thursday. Maybe the day is the Wednesday before, but some of the take homes from the show that we would so appreciate if you would watch, just because it's any disease. When you listen to your body and you know that something isn't right, I give the example of when you're getting a cold or the flu. Don't wait until you're having abdominal pains or there's something wrong or you're burning or itching or whatever it is. Not necessarily with hepatitis C. Go get things checked out. There's always a way to get help. And at the end of the podcast was some of the best gems, some of the best nuggets that Hannibal, come back on and just tell them real quickly one of the things that you told me. Maybe he's in the restroom right now. I'll let him come slide back on. You could have very well been peeing. I do that all the time. You said that that
Yeah,
there's
that's a trick for interviews when you really have to go. Can you run off, or is the guy going to get offended or not?
or people, it's like you thinking you're going to just blow your bladder and piss all over yourself, and you do the solo view and you're
That's
thinking,
why I always keep an empty jar.
no, but wait, I can't do that. So my restroom's right there. And every time that I go do it, there's been so many people that are like, wait, did I lose you? No. And you think you're getting ready to piss and you got to hold it and come back in. You got to upstream it. You're like, no, it's good. I'm just going to solo view you so you can make your point. And then you have to make a mad dash. But what I was going to say is, on the show just now that we did, you said that there are treatments that if a patient is cured and then there's leftover treatment, that they return it to the doctor. And if it's not expired, that sometimes you could find a way to get that at a discounted price or free, or I wouldn't,
Yeah,
shit, I would have never known that.
my doctor actually told me that what happens, not if you're cured, but the treatment that I took was really hard, so a lot of people didn't finish. So since this happens so often, if it's not expired, they just kept it in storage. So if they had a patient that couldn't afford treatment, they would have this to offer them. So yes, there is options, especially in the U.S., where you have to pay for a lot of your own medical treatment. If you don't want to get treated just because you think you can't afford it, see if there's options. Your doctor usually is going to help you, unless they have absolutely no heart, which I can't see. I'm sure there's some in the medical field, but definitely get treated, whether you have hepatitis C or whatever. And if
Yeah.
you want to avoid getting hepatitis C, don't share razor blades with people, don't share needles with people, and just be careful out there because it's a dangerous place. And if you're wrestling, never let anyone cut you with a used razor blade. Not that I let someone do that, but it happened through an assault, and it caused me a lot of disaster in my life. But we'll try and keep this podcast more upbeat.
Yeah, save the sorrow for mine. No, I everything that you said was so informative, and I really appreciate that. And just not dirty needles and dirty razor blades. I mean, I don't know if any of you've heard of this thing called the pandemic that went on for the last couple of years, but like, for the love of Christ, like, please just be, because I'm noticing people are dirty mother truckers out there again. Like, everybody's standing up on. Now we don't talk about it anymore. I guess it's just gone, even though people are standing up on each other at the convenience store, at the fuel stop. They're up your ass. And I'm just like,
We're still on lockdown here in
dude,
Ontario until Friday, by the way.
it's like it never happened here.
I know.
They're touching shit at the table. I'm like, people are wiping their noses and grabbing that. Can I give you? I'm just like, are you out of your freaking mind? And it's like, I'm in hillbilly central here in the South, and it's like the COVID never even happened. People are dirtier than they've ever been. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought dirty ass bloody needles and razor blades to your table in a bowl and offered it to you with some salsa here. It's like, just please learn something from this COVID pandemic shutdown, lockdown. Learn something, because if we could just follow suit with that and apply that with everything, there'd be just less disease on a whole throughout the world. But apparently everything's just fine again, and you can just be dirty as shit. So thank you.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with STDs. You don't want to trust people on their word for those.
Dude, I don't trust people with STD with that. I don't trust pregnancy. Like, a guy can say that he's got a vasectomy. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me. I'm going to show up with, you better put one on, and I'm going to be on I have an IUD and a sponge up there. Like, I'm a very preventative person, and I don't ever let something to chance. Do not let your life and your livelihood to chance, because chances are, if you really want to ante up, the person's lying, or they just want to have a good time and they don't care. Or in your instance, talking about the butcher, like the guy, bro, he knew he had that for 10 years. Man, if I knew I had that stuff for 10 years, I'd be like very, very cautious. And like you said, there was other options in that match. He didn't have to be the one bleeding. He didn't have to be the one cutting you. There's other options. Be responsible, you asshole.
Yeah, if you know you have it, you should not bleed. And of course, he knew he had it, and he insisted on bleeding. No one asked him to. And if he had said, Hannibal, you're going to be the only one bleeding tonight, nobody would have said anything, because by this time, he was already 60, which I don't think we mentioned in your podcast just how old he was. He was already in his 60s. I think the last match I had with him, he was 68.
Yeah,
so he should have retired a long time ago.
Care. He doesn't care. And that's what it's about. Responsibility, guys. Negligence, but responsibility. Not only responsibility to other people, but responsibility to you. So we'll make this one short and just say, if you're don't put yourself in dangerous situations. But if you are and you feel like something is awry, go get it checked out. And I'm sorry for people that have contracted this disease or the virus, but there is treatment. There's treatment for A, B, and C. And C, now that you've said, isn't. Same with my mom. My mom had Crohn's disease, and the treatment for Crohn's back in the day was just antiquated and barbaric, where they would just cut out your intestine until you had no more left, and you'd have a colostomy bag, and that was your existence till the end of time. And now there are very manageable ways for colitis and Crohn's and a lot of the diseases that you might have horror stories attached to them, or especially you were saying with hepatitis C, there's such crap attached to it and shame and, oh, you must be a dirty whore, or no, you're wrong. Just save the judgment for Jesus. Maybe you've heard of him. He's got long hair and sandals. You don't need to believe in Christianity to know that there is judgment and judgment day someday by somebody. So save it for them. And if you don't have anything to say, that's nice, then shut your freaking trap. That's my PSA for today. Thank you.
Yeah, some people like to really shove that, oh, there's no cure for that. Well, there has been cures actually for several decades, and modern medicine, the good thing about it is there's always new advancements. But where can people watch that Goldie's Closet episode or
Oh,
any of your
sure.
stuff on
Sure,
there?
it's Russo's brand, so, russosbrand.com, and you do have to sub for that month, but, Hannibal's will be, like I said, the week of the 27th to 28th. It'll fall on that Thursday. If you wanna just follow me at Goldy with a Y, Goldilocks Rocks on Instagram and Twitter, you'll definitely see the promo when that comes out. We're very excited. He always gives a great interview. I know he's a great interviewer, but he's also a stellar interviewee. So we always want to cross promote on different platforms, different people's programs, so that more eyeballs are on things as important as hepatitis. And I'm glad that there is a day. There should be a little bit more than a day dedicated to it each year. So let's blow this one out. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, share it with a friend. Preventative is always the best measure.
I got to ask you one wrestling question before you
Do it.
got to go here, so it's not all about that.
Yeah.
Mark just wants to know that Dale Oliver worked with you on creating the themes for the knockouts. Did you have a favorite as a musician?
I had a favorite, Mark. I really appreciate you showing up and asking. That's really cool. It was, well, there was two of them. One of them was Dodging Bullets, and the other one was Forever. And I think Trinity used them both. And she was such a beautiful human being to work with, and remains a dear, dear friend to this day. I don't like a lot of chicks. I think most of them are bitches and backstabbers. So when you find one that you really love, which I do still do to this day, I wouldn't even have had to have liked the song, which I wrote both of them with Dale, to just love them because it's the whole ambiance that goes along with them. And then there's other songs that I wrote that I gave to complete cunts to use. And, then Forever and a Day, whenever I hear them, I associate them with people that I can't stand. So I hope that answers your question. That's pretty raw, real, and above the belt.
Yeah, in the wrestling business, there's a higher percentage of bitches and backstabbers, I find as well. As I
I
found out in Texas recently when I was visiting that state. But
I had a guy that I dated during that time who had other chicks in the business like he cheated on me with them. I did nothing. What did I do? I just wasn't there apparently. I didn't make it that night. And now like these bitches have me blocked on Twitter. Like I was going to ask one of them to be on the podcast, but apparently I've got heat with them even though I've never met them. Like you don't have heat with somebody like through third party credibility people. You know what I'm saying? Like I never did anything to the bitch that cheated, whatever. I never did anything to them. And then now their friends don't want anything to do with me. Fine, so be it. But that's just like girls are really interesting. Guys, they're not really like that. The women in my life now, Hannibal, they're solid mother truckers. They're really good cats with, viable brands and good ladies. And then the other ones, good riddance. Like I don't even get it. I don't even have time to think about it other than answering Mark's question.
all right,
It was a good
well,
one. Thank you for asking that, bro. First one.
you actually have a lot of positive comments on here about you, more so than usual.
Well,
So
yeah, shit. Well, let me tell. Thank you. This would be the day for some positive comments because I've had a shit storm of negative ones, and it's all from haters and kiss my ass. So I appreciate the good stuff, and I cannot wait to come back on your show. If there's any way that I could come back on
yeah,
August 2nd during the day, August
sure.
2nd would be great.
Just message me the day before, and if you could sing us out with something, that would be great because we love hearing your voice
Oh
on
my
this show.
gosh. What song? What could we do? What song? What would be a good song?
Well, you did Evanescence one of the last times.
Somebody's got to come up. Somebody listening right now has to come up with what song it is, or I'll come close.
All right.
Seriously. Yeah, we're not going
And
to.
by the way, Goldie told me some news I'll pass along. I didn't know this, so maybe others don't. Vince Russo now owns the Realm Network. I thought he already did, but now he officially does.
And I hope that I was allowed to say that, but I did. So, System of a
System of
Down.
Down.
Keep going. Maurice, give me something closer to that. Come on.
Maria says you have great shows, by the way.
Oh, this, you know what? And I met her through your show. Like, just completely the most beautiful woman on the planet. She's a patron. Thank you, Jesse. And I get to see her beautiful lifestyle. She just looks gorgeous in all of her photos. And I'm so grateful to your show for meeting Maria. She is the wind beneath my. Oh my God. Fuck off with the Slayer. I'm not singing any Slayer. Sing some Motorhead.
Motorhead, Pour
Keep going.
Some
Keep
Sugar
going.
on Me, Death
Okay, I can do Pour
Leppard,
Some Sugar on Me. Come on, let's do one
You
more.
Kick Ass,
Sure.
Metallica, Enter the Sandman.
Okay, we can. Well, we do. Thank you, Barbara. We do Enter Sandman. So, yeah.
What about Avril Lavigne? You kind of remind me of her in a
Oh, you're
way.
stereotyping. Let's go back to Metallica, or I was gonna say, which is the one? Alice in Chains, Man in the Box. Yeah, let's do Man in the Box. Alice Chains. Patti Smith. How does it go? Um, I'm the man in the box. Dum 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 dum. Buried in my shit. Oh, I swore it felt good. Dum da dum da dum da dum. Won't you come and save me? And then wait, there's more. Step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe. Hey, hey, quick. Love is like a bomb, baby, come and get it on. Living like a lover with a radar phone. Looking like a champ, like a video vamp. Demolition woman, can I be your man? Come on, take a bottle, shake it up. Break a bubble, break it up. I changed keys like 5 times during that. That's how good I am. Pour some sugar on me in the name of love. Pour some sugar on me. Come on, find me down. Pour some sugar on me. Wait for it. Sugar me. Thanks, Hannibal.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the